About 3 years ago, when I was working with another gym in Rotherham, Jamie Kennedy, we were flying backwards and forwards to the UK with fighters that we were promoting and taking over there to fight. I came across, we were down in Sheffield with Chad Gaynor, who was sparring Kell at the time. And at the time we were just explaining that we just opened this new gym, and at any time they felt the need to come out to a bit of sun and a bit of warmth, to come over and have some training. I think it was in the December of that year Kell was fighting Matthew Hatton. I got a phone call from Dom saying, listen, we'd be interested in coming out in the new year. What are the chances? Anyway, the camp was arranged and they came out. That was the first time they came, but it was in a different gym up the hill. So anyway, that was the first camp, and as we know the result of the fight, which obviously weren't in your favour. From that sort of time, it progressed over the next 3 years that they would sort of come and go. Whenever there was a fight that was more for Kell and for Barry, Kid Galahad, it was geared around that they'd come out. And then after a period of time, sat down with Dom and said, you know, maybe we should take this a little bit further. And Dom said, look, we want to continue coming. Would you be interested in doing it sort of like on a more of a serious basis? At the time I was only doing it sort of like part-time. So we decided that we'd look for a new locale. The gym that we had was too small, so it took a little bit of a time to find the locale that we wanted, hence we've ended up here now, which has been, we've been here almost 1 year. The reason we named it Ingle Gym, Dom said to me, listen, do you want to call it your name or do you want to call it Ingle Gym? At the end of the day, we're trying to promote a very basic island, so it made more sense to call it Ingle Gym, and I don't particularly need to call it my name or any other name. So we decided Ingle Gym Fuerteventura, and from that's how it was born. The advantage on this one basically is the fact that we're not as established as the other islands. We don't get the population, you don't get the yob culture that you get here. It's more of a family orientated island. It's more laid back, as you can see yourself. The people that come here are not really the sort of people that molest sort of stars. If they see someone walking down the street, they'll look, but they won't molest them. They can come here, they can relax. There's no distractions for the boxers. The weather is self-explanatory, you don't need to worry about that. In winter, you know, you've just got recovery from the sun. They can go for a swim after they've trained. They can relax, they can walk. They're not going to get bothered like they would in other islands. Tenerife, Gran Canaria, you've got all the distractions. As a young boxer, you've got all that testosterone running through your blood. What do you want to do? You want to go in a bar, go and have a drink. If you're training for a fight, that's the last thing you want to do. And from a trainer's point of view, you want to control your fighters and know where they are and what's going on. And we can do that here. So that's the main reason. As we saying, from the last time he was fighting for a world title fight against Alexander, in my opinion, he was in a better place now. He's, as you know, we haven't got a date for the fight against Shawn Porter, but he's much more advanced than he was, as I say, 3 weeks away from the Alexander fight. He's quicker, stronger. He's just more focused than he was before. Maybe he's a year older, but for me, he's just more focused. We've had contact with other fighters as of the last couple of months, to be honest. I'm not expecting anybody. If they come, we'll talk about it, and if it's convenient, then we'll do it. So, yeah, I suppose we are.